Our next speaker is Dean Coleman Walker, who works for Appris, which is a big engineering manufacturing association based in Bradford, and they run apprenticeships all over West Yorkshire. Dean's just going to talk to us for 15 minutes. He'll kick off any minute at 6 o'clock. He's going to talk to us to provide a parent's guide to apprenticeships. So everything and anything you might want to know about apprenticeships as a parent. So bear with us, 2 minutes.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. So my name's Dean Coleman Walker. I'm Business Development Director for a company called Appris Management Limited. So tonight, I'm here to talk to you about understanding apprenticeships. And this is going to be a parent's guide to this. At any point throughout this presentation, if you've got any questions, please raise your hand, and I'll be more than happy to assist. So, currently at the moment, so for your children, when they are leaving school, post-6 options currently are at the moment. We've got college, so it's a traditional campus, wide range of courses that are going to be available. You've got a sixth form opportunity, which is obviously a continuation of secondary school, focus on A-level study. You've also got apprenticeships, which is on-the-job training with a salary and the opportunity to gain qualifications. There is a fourth one on there, but I didn't want to actually put it on. And it's one called NEETS, which is Not in Employment, Education and Training. Now that is for any young person that has left school and not gone into some form of learning and development, training, an apprenticeship, or anything that you're seeing on there. Okay? So what is an apprenticeship? It's going to look a bit deaf by PowerPoint on this, but I think it's probably the easiest thing to have on here for you guys. So an apprenticeship really is for anybody of school leaving age, and it's how you're going to gain an immersive, practical experience in a role that you're going to be doing. Okay? You'll be in a professional working environment and you'll be earning money whilst you're doing so as well. And it's a combination of on-the-job training and also classroom learning, offering a pathway to a successful career. So what are the benefits for young people doing this? So number one, we've got practical learning on there. The great thing about an apprenticeship is you're going to get that hands-on experience and practical skills development. And these are essential things now when you're going into careers and roles. It shouldn't be the case that you're just pushed and ushered into a role and expected to find your own way. An apprenticeship is going to give you that immersive learning experience. It's a structured learning and development process. Whilst you're doing your apprenticeship, you're going to learn from experts. And this is the great thing. Now, for some of the parents that are out here tonight, I'm just going through this myself. My daughter started back in September with a company, and she's absolutely loving it. She had the ability to go on to university, extremely bright, but she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to have that debt over her. She wanted to get out there, learn from people, and have that blended learning aspect as well. But when you're learning from good people in companies, you're going to get the best out of it. Another great thing is it's career advancement, and I'm going to come on to some other aspects of that later on in this presentation. Financial independence. I know for me, I wanted my daughter to have some financial independence and certainly not be looking to me to pay for things. It's a part of the growing up process. Having that financial stability, they're earning all the way through this, and it's amazing now what you're seeing apprentices being able to earn, because as of April, the minimum rate is now going up to £6.40 an hour. I know in my line of work, which is engineering, we have some apprentices which are starting on mid-20s. So the opportunities out there to earn quite substantial salaries, it's extremely available. And here's a great thing for all the parents. There's no tuition fees. That's the thing that is a great thing for most parents to learn. Apprenticeships, entirely funded by either the government or by the employer, you pay for nothing, and nor does your son or daughter. If they leave an apprenticeship, they do not owe that company anything. So the onus now has been put on the employers. If they want the best people in the UK, they're going to have to put their hands in the pocket and actually make this a big learning experience. So, availability then as well. So currently, there are over 800 different types of apprenticeships that are out there. We're going to have a look at these in a minute. I'll just take a drink. So apprenticeships are all, as I said, there are over 800 that's available at the moment. And they're split into sectors. So you can see there, you've got everything from agriculture to business and admin, care services, catering, construction, digital, engineering, hair, beauty, health and science, legal. The list goes on. And within each one of these sectors, there are a whole host of different types of roles. The saying now is, if there's a role or a job out there, there's usually an apprenticeship associated with it. And if there isn't, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be in development as well. So what's popular in this region at the moment? So healthcare, we understand there's always a massive drive there for the NHS and other related industries. So it's a huge occupation to go into. Engineering, manufacturing and construction, always a big thing. If anybody's walked through town on the way in here, you will see there's nothing but cranes and construction going on. But we're lucky in the West Yorkshire area, we do have a lot of industrial manufacturing businesses that are willing to heavily invest in young people. We've also got digital information and technology. It's always the thing, IT. So any types of roles that people are wanting to go into, it's always going to be there. Computers, IT, that kind of science, vast amount of opportunities that are out there. And finance as well. So Leeds is one of the biggest finance sectors outside of London. So as a big city itself, there are a whole host of different opportunities that you can tap into as well. So we'll move on to how apprenticeships work. And this is the training and work-based side of things. An apprenticeship is made up of on-the-job training and off-the-job training. So for the on-the-job, you're going to get hands-on experience and mentorship in a work setting. You're also going to get off-the-job training, structured classroom learning to complement practical training, and you're going to get a well-rounded skill set there. These are mandated things that you need to do. So within any apprenticeship, there is a mandated 20% off the job. It actually equates to a baseline 6 hours off the job learning for that apprentice each week. And that's based on a minimum 30-hour role. So that's a chance there for your son, daughter, to be reflective, to research, to go to college, to go to a training centre, to find out more about the role that they're going to be doing. Within the apprenticeship as well, you're going to be looking at progress tracking and assessment. So there are key points on this. So any apprenticeship provider or college worth the salt will be looking at progress checking and making sure your son, daughter, or the apprentice is performing. So it's not about bombarding them with work. We understand people have a life. There's more to life than just work. And I think with this, it allows you the opportunity there to see these sort of key points as you're going through there. So you're not having to do loads of things at home and then, then go to work and do more. So when you get to the end of the apprenticeship, you go through what's called an EPA. So it's an endpoint assessment. Now, years ago, they used to just finish your apprenticeship and your provider would award you and say, right, that's it, you've completed, now everything's in order. Now you have what's called an EPA, and this is independent and impartial bodies that are going to come to your workplace or to your training centre, wherever you are an apprentice, and it's a summative formal assessment that you're going to do at the end of it. Now, the great thing about this is, and I really like it, we as an organisation, we wouldn't put people through an EPA unless we thought that they were ready. It's much like if you're learning to drive, your driving instructor wouldn't put you through for your driving test if they didn't feel that you were ready. But the great thing with this as well is that now, for your EPAs, you're graded not just on the components within your apprenticeship, you're graded on the apprenticeship itself, and that then helps you then with your career development as well. So if we're going to look at the types of levels for UK apprenticeships, entry level is level 2, so that's basic skills and knowledge. That is the minimum level. There are no level 1 apprenticeships. You've then got level 3, which is advanced and equivalent of A levels. So it's more advanced, it builds on previous, even knowledge, skills. The type of work that we do in engineering, if you've got somebody that is 16 years of age, of school leaving age, and they've got decent grades, so grade 4 and above, maths, English, science, if we feel they're right, we will put them straight onto a level 3 apprenticeship. So we've kind of moved from there to there. If you've got any of your children that are doing A levels, it's not always possible that you can go from level 3 to a degree apprenticeship. One thing I've got to say, and this is important, an apprenticeship level is driven by the role. You can go get a degree, but it doesn't mean to say you can do a degree apprenticeship, because the higher that you go up through these levels, there's more expectation in the role that you're doing. So if you're going to be a level 6, depending on what type of job you're doing, you might be a manager, supervisor, technical advisor, who knows. So it is driven by the level. But the great thing is, you get the underpinning knowledge and the technical training that's associated with it as well. So as you can see there, as we stand at this moment in time, level 2 all the way to a level 7. And it's phenomenal how many sort of degree things are coming out now. We're seeing more and more emerging, so the opportunities now for an apprenticeship are just fantastic. So how can you support? You've got to understand the apprenticeship itself. So learn about this. Whatever your child is either going into or is actually in, immerse yourself in that. Understand the expectations. Now, if any of your children are under 18, when they start an apprenticeship, you will be given by that provider all the paperwork and associated things that go with that to explain that learning journey, that individual learner plan. So you as a parent should have total full metrics and visibility of what your child or whatever your child's doing. But on another side of things, I mean, I get people that come up to me all the time and they say, I want to work in Formula 1. I want to do something like that. And it's like, well, where do you think Formula 1 happens in Leeds and surrounding area? And they go, well, it doesn't. So you've got to be realistic there about what goes off in the area. And it's times like this now, we're now into February, and if any of your children are either leaving year 11, 12 or 13 and thinking about an apprenticeship, now is the time that you need to start getting involved and start looking, because even now it's getting quite late. We started interviewing in December last year, and it's getting earlier and earlier all the time, because all the best employers want to ring fence the best people, and they're doing that earlier and earlier. Another thing you can do to support, encourage and motivate. Now, emotional support and encouragement is things that we all do with our children. They are challenging at these things. You know, you're balancing work, you're balancing learning, and they are tough things that you need to embrace that and support. Effective communication as well. So open lines of communication. Discuss your child's experiences, challenges, and successes. I'm sure we're all sat here tonight. We're not here to, demoralise anybody, but you need to work with your children on this. I know it's the start of the career. It's the right thing to do. Guidance on professionalism and educational support and preparation there for the future. So the importance of professionalism in the workplace. Companies now, they won't take you on if they find out that you've got poor attendance, punctuality, that sort of thing. These are important things to an employer. And discuss your child's future, career goals, and help them beyond it. It is the bedrock, the foundation of their future career, and getting this right at this point in time is really important. But that's what you're there for as parents. That's what providers are there for to support you with as well. Quick one, I'll leave you on this. So just some statistics for apprenticeships versus university degrees. 45% of the public say apprenticeships are better than university degrees, and 4% of Britons think university degree is best. This one is quite a thing. So if you're thinking about getting a degree on its own, on average it takes 29 years and 4 months to pay that off. An average debt being at £48,000. Do an apprenticeship, you've no issues. Don't pay for it, and you're earning at the same time. Studies have also found that people in the 20s earn up to £7,000 more. I know this through Office of National Statistics as well. In engineering, you'll have better chance at career progression, higher earning potentials, and chances to go work all over the world if you've been an apprentice, as opposed to somebody that's just done a degree. When you're finished, 85% of apprentices stay in employment, and 2/3 with the same employer. And as it stands at the moment, degree apprenticeships are increasingly popular. 40,000 starts just in this year alone. Degree apprenticeships, anybody know what they are? Okay, so there are a number of different types of degree apprenticeships that are out there. Foundation degree and honours degree usually is part of it, but you're looking at things now, you'd never think, you can be a commercial airline pilot through a degree apprenticeship, or a nurse. So it's a different route to the traditional things that you're probably used to.